Hello YouTube, this is Pinchy08 back yet again. I'm sorry once again for my long absence from YouTube. It has nothing to do with my grandmother, even though I am recording this video in the exact room where she's using still for the time being, because this is still considered my airport room. In fact, I am getting ready to get back into the content of doing airport updates and all. But the real reason why I've been absent is because I've also been getting acquainted with a brand new cat that I've just adopted. You may hear her meowing from outside the door, even though I have the door closed because she's a ragdoll cat, and ragdolls are very, very talkative. So if you hear her meowing a few times, don't mind that. I'll do what I can if I have to make cuts in between so I could calm her down, because she can meow pretty loudly if she really, really wants my attention. But let's get on to what we're doing today. So we're not doing any airport updates. As a matter of fact, as you can see by the FedEx package here, I have been shopping. Excuse me a minute. I have been shopping over the last few weeks at Waffle Collectibles. This FedEx box has all the recent models I have bought from them. There is another one that I have out of the frame so far, but I decided to save it for this unboxing and review, and that would be none other than the Gemini Jet Southwest 737-700 in the classic retro livery, what we aviation or avgeeks call the mustard rocket livery. So I think I'm probably going to get to this one first. It has been out of the box before. I've definitely done a thorough inspection to make sure that it's all in one piece. It is. So we're going to move on. I actually do have more than Gemini Jets. In this box I have models from NG models, as well as for the first time ever Panda models, and also for the first time ever JC Wings. So let's pull these things out. So here's one of my Panda models. We got a TAP Portugal A321neo in a very, very unique retro livery. In fact, I might get to this as second to last. Also from Panda models here, we've got the very, very first Panda models JetBlue plane I've got. This is an A321neo, and what makes this one different is that it has a brand new tail fin called the Ribbons tail fin. And for the very first time making history in the 1 to 400 scale market, this is a JetBlue A321 with the Mint configuration. I'll explain more about the Mint configuration as we talk about this plane. Man, I'm a little clumsy. Sorry about that. Okay, and from JC Wings, here we have it here. The official TAP Portugal A330-900neo. And as you're seeing right here, came in the same exact box as the Herpa 1 to 500 scale model is. But since this is 1 to 400 scale, you'll see that this model is a heck of a lot bigger, of course. And then finally, we have our NG aircraft. And we are yet again bringing Southwest into this. And that would be Southwest's very third special livery and also very special name for a Southwest 737-800. And that would be the American Flag Freedom 1 livery. As you can see here, registration November 500 Whiskey Romeo. Whatever you want to say it. So I think I'll start with my two Southwest planes first. So now that you've seen the planes now taken out of the box, it is now time to get started with these airplanes little bit by little bit. So as mentioned before, we'll start here with the Gemini Jets 737-700 in the classic either Desert Gold, as some people like to call it, or as I would like to call it, the Mustard Rocket livery. So the box has your basic Southwest heart title like that. The sides of the box says all of this. I'm not gonna explain all of this, so just gonna go one by one so you can pause your screen and read whatever it says. And this is all the details in the back. So I've been going slowly like this so you could pause your screen and read whatever it says. So without further ado, let's pull her back out. I've definitely thoroughly inspected the plane. This thing is 100% all in one piece. I know when Red River Aviation did his unboxing of this aircraft, it was not in one piece, unfortunately. Both wings came detached, so very sorry that that happened to him. But I'm glad it was a fixable issue. So without further ado, let's get a closer look at this plane. I'm going to zoom in. And here she is, the Gemini Jet Southwest 737-700 Desert Gold, or Mustard Rocket as I would call it. So I will say, this is some airplane. Now what makes this plane very, very different looking, as you can see, is that it's not the same shade of gold on the fuselage as they were when they were first painted like this. I mean, after all, when Southwest first started, I think back in the 1970s or the 1980s, a lot of their planes were painted this way. Except what kind of creeps me out about how it looks right now is that they're actually missing the black that would be right here on the nose. Right over here where the cockpit windows would be like that. That's a feature that they took away for some reason on these classic mustard liveries. Another thing to tell you about this mustard livery is that apparently it's not the same shade of desert gold coloring for the mustard livery as it used to be. When they first released this livery, the main gold coloration here used to actually be a little bit more of a darker, but for some reason, even in reality, they actually decided for some reason to paint it a little bit more of a lighter gold coloration. And also, unlike any other Southwest planes, if you're able to look on either sides of the plane, there's a little bit of overpainting from the winglet on the inside that goes onto the wings. So I know it's a little bit unusual, but I like it. This aircraft can be a little bit tail heavy too, as Southwest 252 said, but luckily it can definitely sit on its tail. So yeah, I'm surprised that they decided not to put keep the black on the top of the nose in front of the cockpit windows like they used to, like that. But I am getting word that Panda Models is coming out with a Southwest 737-700 that's in that correct shade of desert gold, as we would usually call mustard rocket, and it will have the black on the nose. Although, I'm not sure what to expect for registration numbers, though. The registration number to this aircraft is November 714 Charlie Quebec, or November or N714CB, or stuff like that. Now, the last thing to rant about is that apparently Southwest has about only 2 aircrafts that are painted like this. They include registration, as I've just said. Let me read it off the box. Registration is November 714CB. That's the way I'll say it now. So they have this one, and there is a name on the side of the aircraft known as Southwest Classic. So that's one of these that's still painted in this livery, just without the black on the nose. And then the other one is registration November 711HK and is named after Herbert Keller, which I believe is the founder of the airline back in the 1970s and all. So, yeah. That's about it to say. Sorry for my pausing. I'm hearing a little bit of noise in the background. Anyway, so there's only 2 planes that are painted like this. There was a third one, but apparently they decided to paint it over with the standard Southwest Heart livery. One last thing to say is that this, along with other 737-700s, happens to be one of their oldest in the fleet. So apparently, starting sometime, at any time around next year of 2023 to 2024, Southwest definitely does plan to unfortunately phase out these aircraft. So It's very sad that this aircraft is going to retire, and they will be replaced with another Southwest, or better yet, Boeing 737 MAX aircraft called the 737 MAX 7. Most of you are familiar with other 737 MAXs, including the MAX 8 and MAX 9. Oh, and speaking of the MAX 8, I've just been informed that as of now, for this month to next month of October, Gemini is officially releasing another Southwest 737 MAX 8, which is a very, very good thing, because now that those planes are flying again, some of them have been seen at the airport here in Jacksonville, so I will be getting that very, very soon. I do hope you enjoyed the look at this one, so let's get this out of the way and move on to our next special livery with Southwest, here from NG Models. If you'll excuse me because I'm still zoomed in. Here we go. We are looking at the NG 737-800 in what's known as the Freedom 1 livery. Recently, Southwest repainted one of their 737-800s in this livery. So, I'd say this is a third for them, since they have two regular Heart liveries named Heart 1 and Heart 2. I don't know if those should count as special livery, but they are named that, as they were the very first 737-800s to be painted in the Heart livery. But I'd say this is the first time that a regular special livery with the American flag like this has ever been applied on a 737-800. This used to be a Canyon Blue livery, according to jetphotos.net, and apparently it was painted this way to celebrate 50 years of Southwest, so I'm very glad to have this. So let's pull her out of the box. As I inspected her, apparently I had a small issue with one of the main landing gears, but I was able to quickly fix that with absolutely no glue required. So here we are, pulling her out. I know she's out of the frame for now, but I'm going to get all of this out of the way, and then we're going to get the plane in focus. There's not going to be a lot of ranting for me to do about this one, but it's a very, very nice livery. So let's get the plane in focus. I fixed it when I pulled it out of the box yesterday with the main landing gear, so there should be no issues. So let's take a look at the details on this thing. Oh yeah, look at that, with an American flag and all. So congrats, Southwest, for celebrating 50 years. I am usually a JetBlue fan, but I think I'm starting to take a liking back at Southwest, because I've flown them numerous times and everything, because they were my cheapest option. So all I can say is, if they remain my cheapest option, and if I had to fly somewhere in a hurry, I will take them. Fortunately, to where I'm going, I might end up leaving out of Orlando, because out of here in Jacksonville, they don't fly to all the destinations I normally go to nonstop. And I'm not going to go through the rush of switching flights and all. But enough with the ranting, let's take a look at this livery. So it's absolutely gorgeous. So here's where the front is. This is where the stars portion is. Got your L1 boarding door. You got the Heart 1 caption right over there. Your two over wing exits. On this side, beautiful antenna and aerial view like that. And on the tail, you got your basic Heart tail. And since this is an upgraded 738, there are scimitar winglets. So, very, very unique to look at. So yeah, this is a very, very nice plane. I'm glad I ordered this. Can't wait to put this in my Jacksonville airport updates in the near future. Thought I'd let y'all enjoy the underbody of this. So yeah, those are my two Southwest planes that I've excuse me, their tripod can be a little clumsy at times. Anyway, this is Southwest 50th anniversary Freedom 1. So let's zoom out and we'll set this one aside as well next to the other Southwest plane. Alright, as we move on, we're going to get to the best of it. We're going to get to our two Panda models. Starting off with that, we've got the JetBlue 321 Neo with the mint. Now, apparently there are some special A321 Neos that are kind of like this, except this one only flies transcontinental from JFK to Los Angeles or LAX. There is supposed to be A321 LRs that would be going transcontinental from both JFK and Boston to London Heathrow, but this one's for transcontinental flights only. So we're going to take a look at this thing. Panda Models was supposed to come out with an JetBlue A320 in the new Spotlight deal, but for some reason that one's experiencing like a major delay for some reason. There was definitely no problem with this one. It was all in one piece. So there she is. Now I'm gonna close up the cradle, put it back in the box. And then just focus on the model. So yeah, as I've said in the beginning, pulling these things out of the main box from FedEx and all that, and as I was truly saying, for the very first time ever in 1/400 scale marketing, this is the first official JetBlue A321 that is officially exterior-wise considered a mint aircraft. We have had mint on the regular A321s with the prism tail, and now for the first time, after releasing the regular all-core 321 Neos with the balloon's tail, we now have a mint aircraft that is used on transatlantic and transcontinental flights, but of course with the ribbons tail fins, that's what this is called. This would be a transcontinental flight all the way from JFK to LAX. And apparently the mint cabin right up here up front would have been a little bit different, because rather than the classic mint configuration of just 2 seats and 1 suite, etc., everything is all just a private suite, sort of having the seat and bed combination facing out towards the aisle and all. They would take up to about 2 windows. Everybody has enjoyed that sort of travel, whether it's on the LR Neo to London or on the transcontinental Neo all the way to California. So only interior-wise, that's how I can tell you that's where all the suites are. But if you're able to take a closer look as I bring it here, exterior-wise, you see that little green spot? That's where there's known as the Mint logo. So that's how everybody on the ground crew at the airport would know, exterior-wise, that this is 100% a Mint plane. And even though we've had A320s and A321 Neos in the past with JetBlue, all of them were considered all core configurated, which is JetBlue talk for, well, all economy class cabin. So enough with the ranting. I'm sure you get the picture. So talking about the details of this, I gotta tell you, this is the most amazing detail I've ever seen on a JetBlue 321. I mean, if you take a look here at our official Fly-Fi and IFE in-flight entertainment box or satellite over here, this is the first 1/400 scale model where they painted it gray rather than white to blend in with the fuselage. Now, I don't know if the real one of this has it painted gray like that or not, but still, that is some amazing detail with that. So very, very outstanding detail. The registration number of this, as I can see clearly, is November 2105 Juliet, and the name on the aircraft says a Neo Mentality, which is JetBlue talk for like a new reality. So if you can get that. Taking a look at the ribbons tail fin, that is very, very gorgeous. I was definitely hoping for this tail fin, so hopefully soon in 1/400 scale, as you've seen by sky marks in my video back then. I've shown you my sky marks JetBlue 321 Neo LR with the what was called the streamer's tail fin. So hopefully that tail fin in 1400 will follow, as well as hopefully the A220-300. Although the A220-300 is there are not a lot of them in service yet, so we'll talk about that another time. But for now, let's focus on the detail on the L1 boarding door with the Fly-Fi logo, and I don't know what it says up close on the blue logo. But other than that, it's very, very sharp looking. Apparently a few of the aerial antennas kind of have been facing backwards. Checking out the underside of this aircraft. Excellent. Well done, Panda models, on your first or second JetBlue aircraft in 1 to 400 scale. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the last airline in this category, which is TAP Air Portugal. Or better yet, just TAP Portugal. So we'll start with the Panda models version of their official A321neo. Now, quickly I'm going to clarify why I decided to get a TAP Portugal 321neo is because out of the New York area and out of Boston, this is the aircraft that they're currently using to go all the way from there to Lisbon. Although right now, Lisbon flights in the New York area are currently taking off out of Newark. They still have not returned to JFK yet. So for the New York area to Lisbon, as well as Boston to Lisbon, they are using A321neos. So far, this livery, even though it is real for sure, it just hasn't been seen here in the United States just yet. I'm hoping that it will, because it's very, very interesting. At one time, they had an A330-300 painted in that livery too, but it got retired and sold to Air Canada. So now we have an A321neo painted that way. And as you can see here on the box art, with the letters TAP, we can clearly see what that translates to. And it says it translates to Transportes Aeros Portuguese. Very, very fancy translation like that, because this is a Portuguese airline, no doubt. I would love to see this aircraft someday going from North America or anywhere here in the U.S. on the East Coast to Lisbon like that, while they're still doing that. And yes, even this plane came in one piece, no doubt. So, I'm going to let you all enjoy this view for a moment while I put the box away. Hope this video will upload, because we're about 22 minutes in, and I've never been able to upload a video this long. Alright, let's take a zoom into the airplane. So yeah, this is a very unique livery. It is very, very retro indeed. And one thing that kind of does have me awestruck is that the outside of the sharklet has the Portuguese flag. You can see the TAP symbol on the other side, on the inside of the sharklet. You got a beautiful painting of the Portuguese flag over here. So yeah, you can clearly see it says Transportes Aeros Portuguese, which is what the letters TAP translate to. And as you can see, the registration is in letters instead of numbers, and it says CS-TJR. I have been tracking this on Flight Radar 24 so far. Hasn't been seen here in the United States just yet. Not sure there is even a first class or business class cabin on this airplane at all. Another thing that's really amazing about the detail is just how bright chrome the engine and the underbody of this aircraft is. I mean, really, take a look at this. This is outstanding detail. Oh yeah. Take a moment to admire this. Now that's beautiful, just beautiful. So yeah, apparently due to low passenger demand, for now this is the aircraft that's used for service out of Newark, soon to hopefully be JFK and Boston to Lisbon. And now we're going to go back to the category of TAP Portugal, where we're going to move onto the aircraft we hope to see back in service out of JFK and Boston soon, the official A330-900 Neo. So as I've mentioned before, this is the exact same box art that the Herpa 1 to 500 scale model came in, but this is 100% 1 to 400 scale. So this is our last one to look at. So not going to say that much as I pull her out. Aircraft still in one piece. That's the next thing I had to say. So pretty good luck on these new planes. So here she is. First I had this in little 1/500 scale to have compromising with my JetBlue T5 updates at JFK. And now we have the perfect 1/400 scale. I've been waiting for this for a very long time, ever since TAP has definitely replaced their A330 200 and 300 flights to Lisbon from JFK and all, and Boston. Forgot to mention that. And here it is. So I'd say this is my first JC Wings model in 1/400 scale. It looks very, very excellent. You've already got a signal box up here, which I think this could be for like radio stations and all, translating in English and Portuguese. So you got your L1 and L2 boarding doors where we would board the plane from. And yep, as it says over there, first to fly, 330 Neo. You can see where it says flytap.com, and then our registration on the aircraft is CS-TUA. I'm probably going to look that up on Flight Radar 24 very, very soon. So yeah, the antennas and aerials, no spot missed there. It's a very, very perfect score, I would give that. Can't wait to see these fly back here in the U.S. all the way to Lisbon. I do prefer to fly the bigger planes, even though this is one of these 2-engine bog standard heavies. It's better than nothing, though. You can see the sharklets or winglets on this are a lot different. So yeah, I don't know what to say. Almost at a loss for words for this. It's just absolutely a gorgeous model. What else can I say? It's TAP Portugal, and due to the fact that my nationality is Portuguese, it's great to start having some TAP Portugal or Air Portugal planes coming into my fleet. And I'm glad that JetBlue is 100% still partnered with TAP Portugal. They are meant to be also seen at T5 with JetBlue. So now for our final, to wrap it up, let's get all these new planes into the frame. So there you have it, 2 Southwests, a JetBlue, and 2 TAP Portugals. So, gonna have y'all take one last look at these things. And I'm going to let you write in the comments and on your opinion, like which one's your favorite out of the Southwest and the TAP Portugals, which ones you enjoyed the most. Of course, I really do enjoy the JetBlue. Hope one day that Southwest and JetBlue do partner up with each other one day, because they're both very good airlines. And I will say in reality, I'm going to miss seeing this plane fly with this beautiful classic livery, because that was their first livery when they first started with 737-200s as well as 300s and 500s, till they eventually got repainted with Canyon Blue and then eventually Heart livery. So there you have it. My official new airplanes now added to the fleet. Can't wait for you to see these on future airport updates. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this. We're nearly 30 minutes into this video, so I hope I will be able to upload this. So thank you for watching. Until next time, this is Cameron at Pinchy08, signing and pinching out. Take care. And once again, I do apologize for the sounds of my cat and a little bit of chattering, but it's all over now. I'll do another video about my cat soon. Alright, enough said on that. Thank you for watching. Till next time, take care.